Alright folks, I'm going to go through the install of what I'm going to call CPUmine-Opt, which is a mining software that I found that allows me to set up mining on SHA-256 type coins. And tonight I'm going to talk about setting up to mine Bitcoin 2 or BC2 is really what you need to learn to go by, because there's another coin out there called Bitcoin 2. So BC2, it's a second chance, it's what if, it's a sister coin to Bitcoin itself. So I'm on a cell hasher and I've got 10 50 XEs or TCL FE XEs selected. I'm in the mirror section of the cell hasher. I've got them all showing their screens mirrored. I'm using the group on button for now, and I'm going to go into just one of the phones. I'm going to enlarge it, and even when you enlarge it, it should control all of them if you have them selected for the group on. Now I've got a couple of the I've got XMRig already loaded onto this this group of 10, and here is the script that Claude helped me create, and I'm going to show you the script that Claude helped me create for installing CPUmine also. And then I've also got CCMiner, which is the Varus script to load CCMiner that Darktron tweaked, and then he's got a GitHub that I took his GitHub and created my own script to install. So first things first is you're going to create the login for the CPUminer. So I'm just going to make it as simple as possible. CPUminer, and you can name this anything you want with sh at the end, .sh. So CPUminer.sh. So now I'm inside of that file. I'm going to go, and it's pre-copied, but this is my Claude archive script. I've got it copied already. So if you don't have it copied, you would just highlight it and then Control C. Then I'm going to go back to the cell hasher. And now the trick that I've found on a lot of these phones is Control Shift V, which would be paste. It won't paste it, but it like puts it in the clipboard for you. And then you're going to press and hold the left button on your mouse. You'll see paste. Go ahead and paste it, and that just pasted all of the script into the CPUminer.sh file. And then you just go through the process of basically saving this and getting out of the Nano. So use this control button, and then O, then enter, and I'm going to hit control again, and then X, and I'm going to exit out. Now I need to make that CPUminer.sh executable. So chmod +X, and then the name of the file, whatever you chose to name it already, CPUminer.sh. Okay, that makes it executable. Now it's a /CPUminer.sh. And if I did this right, it'll start the install. Now I'm going to go ahead and exit this single phone, and I'm going to go back to the group, and you can see that the group looks like they're all starting the install. In a moment I'm going to pause this and then come back to it when we get to the next portion. But during CPUminer install, a lot of times it's going through this app update, and it many times will come in and it'll ask me for about 3 questions which has to do with all the updates. and you would just put yes to, I think it's 3 or 4 questions, and then eventually I've got the install script that'll ask you your pool, your wallet, the name of your worker, those kind of standard questions. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I kind of forgot I'm actually installing the CPU miner file, so it doesn't ask me those questions. So it's on the CC miner for Varus that it does. But so now I'm down to one of the first questions are with CPU miner. So what algo am I gonna mine? So since I'm gonna do BC2, which is a Bitcoin network coin, I'm gonna type in SHA 256 D as in Delta, and again, a lot of these are mentioned right here. There's some examples for you. So, all right, I'm gonna make sure I got the group on real quick. Yep, I do. Okay. Sorry. Now, what is a primary pool address? And I've got this set up, this install, to ask you a primary and a secondary pool. I'm not really, I help with the Discord on one of these pools, and it's going to be my primary pool. And part of the reason why I'm going to use that is obviously phones have a low hash rate. So he's got the pool set up to accept much lower hash rate type of devices. And the secondary is, I haven't tested it yet. He's got a pool that a lot of people are using from the community, and it does pretty well. And according to his website, he will take differentials pretty low. So I haven't tested the theory yet, but I'm going to show you his website or his mining pool too. So I've got them pre-selected and ready to go. So the first one is Nitro Pool, and he's got both US, Australia, and European datums or stratums available. So this is the start of the website, and I've already put my BC2 wallet address, public wallet address there. But you don't need all the stratum in the front. I just copy and paste. I know it by heart, but I just wanted to show you where I'm going to copy from. So my primary pool address, again, Control-Shift-V, and then I'm going to press and hold the left mouse button, and I'm going to paste it. So there's my first pool. And then do I want a secondary or a backup? And I'm going to put yes. Now it's going to ask me what that is. I'm going to go over to, oops, sorry. And this is oneminer.net, and he's got it down here, and the lowest rating he's got, or the lowest stratum, is oneminer.net, oneminer.net, and then the port is the 43331. Sorry, getting a little confused. All right, and then again, Control-Shift-V, as in Victor. Press and hold the mouse button. This seems to work very good, and like 99% of the time for me. So, all right, now my wallet address. I'm gonna go back there, and I've got it already right here, ready to go. Okay, worker name. So since I have the group selected, if you're doing one phone at a time, this is where you could do it pretty easily. But since I have a group selected, I'm going to name it, but then I have to go in and individually change it if I want to. If I didn't want to change it, then on the pool, it would just show up like all 10 of my phones would show up with the same worker name, and then they would combine the hash, but then it's hard for me to know if there's a particular phone that's offline or not. So these are all 50XEs. So I'm just going to go 50XE and with a dash, and again later on that may help me to just less typing in the future. So there's my worker name. Alright, because NitroPool uses the password a certain way, if I want to do solo here, I can change it. Some pools like DarkMiner, he uses just an X, and then he uses a certain port for if you're going to solo or if you're going to pool farm. So with Nitro, it's basically you tell him in the password how you want to farm. So for me, I'm just going to go C equals BC2. That just verifies which coin I want it to be pointed at. And if I wanted to go solo, I could go M equals solo, comma, and then I would name the worker. But since I'm going to just put these all on pool, I'm going to go 50XE with a dash. And then I would go into each individual phone later on and change the config file for that. Number of threads. I know all these phones can have up to 8 threads, so I'm going to go 8. And it should be compiled. So let's test it. Squiggly line dash CPU miner dash OPT start. And right above this command line, I have created, or in the install, it gives you an example of how you could get to it. So and let's go back out of here and see if it took on all the phones, which it looks like it did. Okay, I'm going to give it about 10-15 seconds. NitroPool comes up pretty quickly, so let's see if I'm showing anything on NitroPool yet. And I have a bunch of other phones there. I have some Vibes there already, but you can already see I've got 50XEs, and there, if I counted them, there should be 10. And that's about it. Now, in my next video, I'll go through, to me, my cheating way of how to try and do all of the config files in a relatively simple way. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this without a test run. So I'm going to go to the group. I'm going to go Control-C, and it stopped the mining. For me, I do clear, and it basically brings me to a blank screen. All right. Now I'm going to enlarge this just to make it easier. CD CPU miner -opt, and that's going to put me in the directory. Now to confirm, I'm going to check to make sure what files are there, and I should see a start.sh, which is right there. So I'm going to go nano. Now remember, this is controlling all 10 phones at the same time. So start.sh. All right. So now this is basically the startup file. So I'm gonna keep it on group for now. So it's controlling, it's moving this cursor for all of them at the same time. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna go towards the end of. Now this is for NitroPool specifically. For dark miners, I would probably come in here at the end of this is the end of my wallet dot, and then I have 50XE dash. But for NitroPool, it doesn't like that for some reason. So I'm going to do it in the password section. And this still doesn't, leaving this here doesn't affect whether or not you can attach to NitroPool or not. So over here, so this is where I basically have set up the cursor on all 10 phones at the same place. Now I'm going to exit out of here and I'm going to click off the group setting, and then I'm going to have to go into each individual phone and basically update the name, the worker name. And then what I can do after I've exited the start sh file, then I can, after I do all 10 phones individually, then I can go back and I can turn the group back on, and then I can hit start, and then it should start them all back up now with their specific worker name. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'll come back when I'm completely done, and then we'll do the start. But just to show you, I'm in the exact same spot on all 10 phones at the same time. Okay, so I'm on my 10th one. I'm going to show you the last few steps, and then when I back out of here, we're going to go start them all up, and then we're going to look at NitroPool again and see if they show up with all their individual worker names. So this particular one is actually worker number 11. So type in the name, Control O, enter, Control X. Then I'm going to back out of the screen, and you can see I've gone through. You can see all 10 of them look, the screens all look the same. So I'm going to go group on now. I'm just going to pick this one right here. I'm going to enlarge it, and then I'm going to go /start.sh. That one looks like it's starting up. Now let's go see if I got them all started up. So it looks like they're all at least starting. So now I'm going to go back to the NitroPool and I'm going to refresh this. Give it a moment here. And if you see here, I've got 50 XE, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like I'm missing 15, so I'll have to figure out why that one didn't take. Maybe it's not even selected. Maybe I only grabbed 9, who knows. But in essence, I just controlled and changed all of them at the same time. Oh, I remember why. 15 was not selected on purpose, and I think it's already mining a different anyway. So that is the great thing about this newer software with CellHasher, is this group on. If you use it properly, then it works pretty slick. And now the key with the group though is all of your apps need to be in the exact same spot on your phone. Now these phones, they don't all have Accuras, and they're even not in the same spot. But if they were, then in theory it would be. And it's just a matter of me cleaning up this system. So there you go.